Hey everyone, it's Yggdrasiel, and we are back with another video. This one a last-minute video because Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed already comes out tomorrow. It's absolutely astonishing. I expected the game to be out maybe late July at the best, given the soundtrack reveal, you know? Anyway, so the purpose of this video is to give you all my last-minute hopes and expectations for the journey ahead. Now, if you've seen my most recent videos on the leaks and my analysis of the game, I'm not really going to try using those to base my hopes and expectations. Instead, I'm just going to talk about purely what I would like to see. So let's get right into things. But just before we start, I quickly want to thank you all for all of the support you've given me on my most recent videos, the ones discussing the leaks and my analysis of the trailer that we got last week. So, if you want to see a little bit more information about those kinds of things, please feel free to go and check. Build your hype up for one more day, I would really appreciate it. And who knows, you might like what I have to say. So then, the first thing that I want to see, I need to see Riku addressed, I need to see the fog addressed, I need to pretty much see every sort of vagary that was within the realm of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that was not fully expressed or purposely and intentionally withheld from us, which I assume is for the sake of this DLC story. Now, many of you know I'm not a proponent of that. I thought, for example, they handled the DLC of Torna rather well in comparison to this DLC story, because Torna was its own closed space that, if you wanted a little more context, that did not really hamper the experience of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. In fact, it only enhanced it because you could understand some of the motives within Xenoblade 2 a little bit more. That's what I hope to have seen in this game, and because of that level of purposefully withholding information, I felt that Nia's explanation of the worlds coming together, the understanding of the medium of light, I felt that all a little bit lackluster. And I know I'm not the only one in thinking that's the case. There's also information, obviously Riku's nod. Who is he? Well, that's something that clearly they're going to expand upon a little bit more. But if he just says he's common variety Nopon one more time, I'm just going to blow my lid. And then, of course, Alvis, aka Ontos, aka aka the Blade to Niel. I don't know what's going on there. Why did he lie to Shulk about everyone joining together hand in hand? Unless apparently it's to beat his ass now. Excuse me. But, yeah. There's just so many questions that need to be addressed, and I truly hope that they have afforded enough time for the story in this game, which it looks like they have, because I really feel like this story already is going to be larger than Torna. At least cutscene-wise, that's sort of hinted that's going to be the case. So it really needs to address a lot of these core questions, for the series to conclude amicably for the majority of its fans. And not just for not the series, the Klaus Saga to conclude for its fans. And just as the Klaus Saga is said to be concluded, we know that Xenoblade Chronicles as a series, as a larger franchise, is undoubtedly continuing from Monolith Soft's own words. So that's my, I wouldn't say expectation, but it's a hope. I hope to see what the path comes to next. Maybe just a little bit of a hint. It doesn't have to open up into a new question, because that feels like it would just be within the Klaus Saga of things. I don't know. Maybe just a little hint, just something. Is it more cat girls? Is that what we're getting in the future? More cat girls? I'd take that. Third up, replayability. A lot of you know I do not like how Xenoblade Chronicles 3's post-game has been. Aside from tackling the quests the first time, once you reach level 99, there's no XP bars, there's very few reasons to grind mobs except for the perfect optimal build, maybe getting those gold coins, but again, that I can't even be bothered with that gem grind at with the amount of effort that I've placed into this game. That being said, there does seem to be something called bond points within Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and you get it from doing all sorts of activities, from fulfilling a Collectopedia, an Ennepedia, tackling on rares, completing a community feature. Yeah, I know, but I have reason to believe that the community will be good. I'll explain that as my next point in just a little bit. The point is that there are these bond points, or a sort of way that you can grind up this currency that you can use for all of your characters, and also just to build the overall power level of your team. And I think that if this is allowed to be stacked with each consecutive playthrough in a replay, similar to the affinity points of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, I can only see this as an absolute positive for this game to have. So I just hope to see a lot more avenues for replayability within this game as compared to the base game for Xenoblade 3. Now, I just brought up community, so let's go right into that. I know community is not everyone's favorite feature. I personally really liked community the first time around on Torna because, you know, it made me feel a little more invested in the world. And as a first playthrough, you know, you genuinely want to start hitting up all the side quests, talking to all the NPCs. You're already doing that anyway if you're someone who's invested within the world of that game on its first playthrough, generally. So the community wasn't a big deal for me going on. Of course, with replayability, that becomes a problem because you just want to hit up that main story, you know? You want to experience the cutscenes again. You don't want to help some little Tornan boy collect bugs for the umpteenth time because little Tornan boy ain't gonna be around much longer. Sorry. That was messed up. My apologies. Anyway, so with the few images we've gotten of the community feature, I can sort of make out that that's not obviously the amount of people we have. It's going to probably expand as the community feature upgrades over time, which again is fine, but so long as they tone down on the requirements, or as I personally hope they do, just make community not a requirement in successive playthroughs. I think that alone will solve everyone. Well, I feel like that alone will help everyone just enjoy the game a bit more. Those who want to experience the features and the side quests have that opportunity. At least everyone has to do it for the first time, but afterwards, people who just want to come back, play through the story with the characters that they're going to love so very dearly, well, there you go, just go right for it. And one of the biggest things that I really, truly want to see, and this is just support for the base game for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And I mean that could be in the form of a new hero, maybe a pseudo-canonical hero like Pseudo-Canon Rex or Pseudo-Canon Shulk, sort of in the same vein that they were pseudo-canonical blades for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Fiora, Shulk, and Elma, that is. So maybe if we could get 2 more characters in for the base story of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, just something to get people interested in going back into the base game rather than committing fully to whatever future Redeemed brings us. And lastly, just going back to that topic I started a little bit on earlier about the setup for Beyond Xenoblade Chronicles, the main Klaus saga. There's a few ways that I'm thinking of, most notably, as I'm sure many other people are also thinking, could they finally be picking Xenoblade Chronicles X back up? It would be a perfect time to maybe have the game go on Switch, and then have Xenoblade Chronicles X2 or Xenoblade Chronicles Y, you know? Or maybe they could just pull what they did with Xenoblade 2, which is just get Xenoblade Chronicles Y out there, and then port Xenoblade Chronicles X when it's suitably built up. I know many fans, including myself, would love to see a port of it come to Switch. I'm a little on the safe side as I have the game on Wii U and still playing it and loving it, but I would really love to see many more people who have joined the series since 2 onwards get a shot at playing Xenoblade Chronicles X without having to worry about being an emulating pirate that Nintendo probably wants to throw overboard, so to speak. And those are really my main final thoughts with what to hope for and what I expect will come out of Future Redeemed. Obviously, I expect this game to be very well polished, as it is attempting to conclude literally 3 games worth of JRPG lore, JRPG storytelling, the characters that we've loved and endeared ourselves to, and just a conclusion to a saga of one man's ambition. And that could be Takahashi's ambition, that could be, for some, Klaus's ambition. There's just so many emotions packed into this franchise that I really truly hope that Future Redeemed is able to carry that legacy onward. But that's all I have to say on the matter, other than I hope to see some of you when I stream the game here on YouTube. It will be on hard mode again, I just hate myself for some reason. We will be playing most likely Wednesday morning at 10 AM PST. I know not on launch, but that's because I have other people living with me, and it would be quite rude to have them be quiet for a good few hours after they get home from work. I don't want to be that kind of guy, so instead we'll be streaming Wednesday and Thursday, both days around 10 AM PST, and we'll be playing the bulk of the day. I don't know what's going to happen beyond that because I work literally Friday through Sunday, and we'll just eyeball it from there. I'll keep everyone posted, mark my words. For now, though, I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. I hope you truly enjoy Future Redeemed. As do I. I hope I enjoy it as well. I mean, that's a given. All right, everyone. Have a great day.